Hello again. Okay, so let's do this quickly. We're looking at the calendar again. You see, of course, your June 21st solstice, Father's Day, annular eclipse right here. She's the lunar principle. There's your ring of fire around it. You have the buck moon in July. That's the July 5th buck moon, which comes immediately after the solstice eclipse. Incidentally, I should mention, that is an eclipse. There's a penumbral eclipse on July 5th, this buck moon. So we have consecutive eclipses. We have solar, then a lunar. And this also happened where you had an eclipse on the buck moon after the solstice eclipse in 2001. So that's one more observation that's important for everybody to know. You can look that up. I can show you in a second too when I pull up an eclipse chart, or a little page that shows eclipse dates. Okay. But now let's take a step back and think about this picture one more time, right? We have a calendar, and we have the sun lighting up right here. That's the sun. I mean, this light, of course, is the greater light. Here's the moon, a lesser light. What is this light? I believe that if we're going to follow this pattern, this is going to be a moon at a different time of the year. And if the rabbit being above the beginning of the 7th month indicates that it's the July moon, this is above the, I guess that's the 4th head from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th. So this would be not an eclipse, excuse me, a moon in April. This would be the April full moon. Now, notice the color. It's pinkish, correct? Let's go ahead and look. And it's also a much bigger light than this one. It's a brighter light. It's larger. Okay? What is going on here? First off, let's look at the names of the moons. This is a Farmer's Almanac, names of the moons traditionally. We have the January wolf, February snow, March worm, and look, we have a pink moon in April. Okay? So the April moon is a pink moon, but why so big? Why is it so large here? This Forbes article tells us, when is the next supermoon? Early April's super pink moon is set to stun. This is actually going to be the largest and brightest moon of the year. In 2020, it's the, and they're calling it the super pink moon. On the night of April 7th, 2020, the moon will be 356,907 kilometers from Earth. That's because it's okay. I shouldn't just skip to the middle of a sentence, right? Supermoon is not an astronomical term. It's a relatively new colloquial term for a moon, and in common usage, a full moon that appears to be larger than usual. The super pink moon on the night of April 7th, 2020, will be 356,907 kilometers from Earth. That's because it's closer to Earth than the average Earth-moon distance of 384,400 kilometers. Remember, the moon is on an elliptical orbit. Astronomers refer to this as a perigean, I don't know, full moon, or a perigee. I should actually read these things before I say them out loud and demonstrate that I have horrible pronunciation and don't know anything. Okay, but I'm going to just keep going. Of the Earth, Moon, Sun system. Okay, so what we have is this is the largest and brightest supermoon of the year. Okay, so now let's take a quick look. That's why it's the biggest and brightest light back there. So we have an important moon coming up. And it's the exit moon. It's the exit sign. It's saying get out. After this, get out. If you're not out, that's a problem. I think that's the idea. I'm not saying, pack your bags tonight and drive away necessarily, before the supermoon. What day was it? Tuesday? I think it's a Tuesday, but I'm not. It's either Monday or Tuesday. What's today? The 4th, 5th, 6th? Yeah, Tuesday. So, okay. So we have a supermoon Tuesday associated with the exit moon for 2020. Before all these things start to happen, you will have a lunar eclipse in the June moon, which isn't appearing here because I don't think it has any significance, but it might. I don't know. Then you have the solar eclipse. And then you have the buck full moon, which is the angry, nasty-looking moon. But the get-out moon is in a few days. Okay? So there you have it. And with all the coronavirus stuff going on, I'm not saying anything special is going to happen right on April 7th. I don't know. I don't know. But I am saying that almost certainly, if we're using lights on the back wall as moons, associated with moons, and one is buck moon, lighting up a buck moon, and the other is lighting up a big pink space when it corresponds to the largest supermoon of the year, and it says exit, and it's the exit sign, I'm saying that the creators of the video are marking this as an exit point. Get out now, and maybe you got a chance, something like that, maybe. I don't know. So, all right, like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that sort of fancy stuff, and thanks. Oh, you know what? I don't want to let you guys down. I said I'd show you something. Okay, so here are your eclipses in 2020. So you have the June 5th eclipse, 5th, 6th. That's a lunar penumbral eclipse. Immediately after that, you have the next solar event, next new moon, which is when you can have a solar eclipse. You have a solar eclipse on June 21st. That's the solstice one. That's such a big deal. And then we have the buck moon, which is also a lunar eclipse. So July 4th and July 5th. It passes, around midnight. Depends on where you're at. Okay, and there you go. So we have 3 consecutive eclipses on dates that you could possibly have an eclipse. You can only have an eclipse on a full moon for a lunar eclipse, or on a new moon when the full moon appears during the day, not at night, if you want to think of it that way, when it could pass in front of the sun. Okay, so the moon can eclipse the sun on a new moon date. And that would be your 3 consecutive eclipses. Now, if you go back to 2001, let's see, I hope that shows up. 2001, here we are. Okay, again, here's this was a total instead of an annular eclipse, the solstice eclipse, followed by, again, a buck moon partial instead of a penumbral, but another eclipse on July 5th. Okay, so there you have it again. Now I'll say it, like, subscribe, and all that stuff, and let me know what you think. And, I hope everything goes well with you guys. Take care.